Welcome to today's tutorial. I want to explain to you guys what we're going to be doing today. I made a whole bunch of tutorials over 5 years ago. And since then, I have archived over 100 of them for channel members only. And I'll answer questions in a little while why I did that. But I want to take those videos and I want to redo them. I want to make proper tutorials out of them. And so what I'm not going to do the first one because that's my first one and it is what it is and it's public. Anyone can see it. I'm going to start with my second video. And this is the thumbnail for that second video. So you can see I did a little rainbow rock and it is so cute. This is the fourth mandala I ever painted. So I am going to take that little rock. I don't have it anymore. I did sell it. Look just like this. And today we're going to reimagine it. Now I did a little prep work with this and I actually came up with a design on one of my mandala brainstorms and it's going to end up looking something like this. This will be really beginner friendly and I think most anyone should be able to do it. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 1-inch flat paintbrush and we will go ahead and give this rock 2 coats of black paint, front and back. Now, I have a whole video on how to do this base painting, so I'm going to save us just a little bit of time and have some magic go on here. So, we will have 2 coats of black base paint on this. Mine has dried for several days, so I am good to go. Then the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put the guidelines on it. Since I'm using my brainstorm, I'm going to go ahead and use that 3-inch DIY stencil. If you guys don't have that, it is a digital download. The link for it is in the description of this video. And you can download it right now and use it. All the instructions are there. I have a video on how to use it, how to cut it out, all of it. It's all in that video. But I'm going to go ahead and do this on screen because I have a lot of questions about this. And I know I'm a little shaky, I'm a little nervous, but I promise that'll go away as this goes on. Okay. All right, so I've got out my watercolor pencil. Mine is Faber-Castell. I hope I say that right. And it is my favorite. I love them so much. Some of mine are gray and some are white. I love them equally. I honestly don't know the difference between them. All right, so let's go ahead and get these guidelines on here. I'm going to line this up to my center stone here. And let me see if I can zoom this in any for y'all. This in particular video may be a pretty big learning curve for us. All right. Let me think what I'm doing here, y'all. Can you guys hear me okay? Is there anything that I need to adjust for you guys before we get good and started? One more. And one more. Okay. All right, so now that I have all these little lines on here, all I'm going to do, I don't like the way those are blurred in the background, but I don't think there's a whole lot I can do about that. All right. I'll get out my little tiny ruler. All you guys need is like a flat edge or something that's a little bit flexible and has a flat edge on it. Now, I know I've showed this before, but the way I do it, I put a finger up here, a finger down here, and one in the middle. And then I just line it up. It's really, really the easiest thing to do. And then I don't let go. I just turn the rock. I keep bumping my thumb. How many of you guys have this little stencil for the guidelines? Okay. Let me read your comments. Beautiful in Georgia. Oh, hi, Nancy. I wish it was beautiful here. It's just kind of yucky. It's raining for Joyce, too. Just an online teacher. Anything? Oh. You guys, it's kind of funny. I was reading your comments and I just got an ad. I can't read them anymore. That's new. Let me hit the. There we go. Okay. Oh, Shilps. I hope I'm saying that name right. That was such a sweet thing to say. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. That is great. I do. You have it. Diana, me too. Yeah. Diana, I know you have that stencil. Okay. All we have left to do is I use a compass here, and it is honestly the funnest thing to do because it's already thought for. You just put the pointy part in the middle. I press down pretty hard because I don't want it to slip. And then I adjust the pencil. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Let me come in real close here. I adjust the pencil and then I just like spin this rock around. And then when I get back to where I started, I don't lift it up. I just go one more and go, oops, I missed. I think I might have a little bit of a lopsided rock. And one more. And that's it. It is really, really quite simple. I absolutely love these little DIY guideline things. They're very helpful, very easy to make. The one thing you won't see in the video is all of these holes in it. When I first made these, the idea was just to take it's called an awl, and you just kind of poke the holes in it. But since making that, I found this little gadget here. It's a screw press, and it makes just the best little holes in it. So that would be some information you might want to know. All right, now we have our guidelines on the stone. They're not perfect, but y'all know nothing I do ever is. All right, so it took me a hot minute to figure out how to put this on here. When I made this video of this little rock, I didn't use any guidelines. I didn't put tool sizes in the video. My tools were clear, no clue what sizes they were. So that's why I used my Mandala brainstorm to figure it out. It gave me a pretty good guide. You guys can see I wrote all over this thing trying to figure it out, but I've got tool sizes to go by here and a lot of trial and error. So I know exactly what to use today, but I didn't want you to think I was just pulling this all out of my brain. I really did prepare for this video. So let's get started. We're going to use the rainbow. We'll start with red. Okay. And I'll be using its primary red by Deco Art. I'm not going to be using any additives in my paint today. And I'll tell you straight away that it is super humid here today. It is 76 degrees in my art room and 67% humidity. I don't know if you guys know, but that really matters for my art a lot of the time. Let me see if I can situate this camera for you guys without making you dizzy. All right. All right, so I'm going to get started painting, and then every once in a while, I'll glance over and see the comments. So if you have a question, go ahead and type it in, and when I look up, I'll be checking those comments. All right, so I'm going to get out my largest tool, and it's 15.5 mm. These are from Happy Dotting Company. Happy Dotting Company sent me a set of these, and Darlene M also sent me a set of these, and I just love them. Hi, Deborah. I see you over there. Okay, so I'm going to try my best to center this without using any guide. Y'all, I'm not very good at doing that, but we're going to try. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for y'all. Oh, that was not good. All right, I'm a little shaky because I'm nervous. but I know that'll go away as I get comfortable. You know what I mean. Surely you do. All right. That looks like a pretty good dot. A little thick, but a little wobbly, but it'd be okay. Let me rinse my tool. I spilt a little bit of paint on my paint palette. We're already starting off with a bang here. I'm just going to clean that up so it doesn't smear all over the place. Okay. I wonder if I should clean that up a little bit. Maybe. Do you guys have any good secrets for getting that first dot good and centered without making a circle? Like sometimes I'll take my compass and make a circle to fit my tool. I'm sure y'all have seen me do that before. I'm going to go ahead and let that ride. All right. For the second color, I'll be using, it's fresh mango. .5. Okay. All I'm going to do on this round of dots, I'm going to put these orange dots all the way around, and I'm going to try to fit them right inside these little squares. Now, because my center is off a little bit, it won't be perfect, but yours hopefully, yours hopefully will be. So I'm just going to make the best of it. I'm also moving a little bit faster with the dots than I normally would because I don't know if it's going to get boring for you guys without all the editing. You know, normally I cut a lot of this out, but I also thought it might be helpful to see, like, you know, the actual dotting speed, that we're not all like just sitting here dotting at lightning speed. Now, if you didn't mess up your center dot, these should all fit right into your guidelines. I don't think it's too bad, though. I know this YouTuber that says that it's not perfect, it's art. So I'm double down on that today. All right, let's move on to yellow. Let's see. I'm also going to be using the same tool size for that. Aren't these colors pretty? Last time I made, in that first video of this, it was called Rainbow Blast. I used all of Apple Barrel's paints, and in one of the pictures, I watched the video the other day, and at the very end, I showed a picture of all the paints, and I tried to match all of the Apple Barrel paints to these deco art paints. This is called Sunny Day, and the one I used from Apple Barrel was called, I think it was Yellow Flame. All right, so I'm using the same tool, and I'm going to go in between these two orange dots. But let me try to explain that. I'm going to put the dot right on top of that guideline. You see where the dot's just barely touching it? I'll do that all the way around. Y'all, at this very moment, I'm imagining my mom next door. She's watching this live video, and I don't know if that makes me nervous or proud or both, but she does not do mandala art, so I'm wondering how she's going to love watching every one of my dots. And she's curious about it. I keep telling her to come over here and sit at my desk and do it. I told her I would record her to it and we'd make a video and show y'all. She just giggles at me, y'all. All right, that actually looks pretty good even though I messed up my center dot. I think it looks okay. What do y'all think? Let me take a second and read your comments here. I've started so many rocks over because of that first dot. That first dot can be a booger. Still work. Oh, you're still working on the guidelines. Yeah, they take a minute. Um, it takes a minute to get used to putting the guidelines down. Now, I don't even think about it. I've got a good system going with how I do it with my fingers, and it's just super fast. But I will say, if I really slow down with those guidelines and I really, really take my time, my art's so much better because your guidelines really do, they do matter. All right, let's move on to green. This green is called Sour Apple. And if I remember right, in my first video with Apple Barrel, I used a bright gloss green. So it looked so much. Oops, I've got something in my paint. Did y'all see that squirt out of there? I'm going to try to find it. I don't want that in my art. Yuck. Okay. I do think I have a lopsided rock. I made it myself. All right. For the green, I need a 7mm tool. Go ahead and get that out. And now what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to keep using my guidelines to get my dots good and placed right where I want them. So what I'm going to try to do is use this line out here to, I'm going to center it between these two. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm talking about. Whoops. I'm going to center it between these two, and I'm not going to let it touch the yellow, and I'm not going to go past this guideline. So I've got a good little frame for this 7mm dot. Now, whether I can do that or not remains to be seen. Let's give it a go. Yeah, that'll work. I was double checking that I had the right tool. It's so quiet when normally when I'm in here making my videos, I have the radio on and I listen to Kiss FM in LA with Ryan Seacrest. And I wonder if he knows that I listen to his his podcast, whatever you call it, his show every day when I'm painting. And it's so quiet in here without him and his other DJs on there. What do you guys do? You guys listen to anything while you're painting? Do you listen to music or do you like it good and quiet? This green is really pretty. So bright. I think this is my little way of saying, come on, summer. Let me see. Oh, Amy, I wish I was in South Carolina. She said it's beautiful there, y'all. Diana, you already messed up. Girl. Hi, Deborah. Y'all, this is so fun. I can look up and it's like, there you are. Oh, me. My mom's not talking, y'all. I figured she'd have something to say. Well, she said everything is fine. I did see that. Oh, you listen to audiobooks. That's smart. Movies? Now, how are you watching movies, Deborah, and painting? I am not a multitasker, y'all. I told myself for years and years that I was a multitasker. You know what? I'm not. I have to finish one thing at a time, and I can't even let myself move on. It is just crazy. I didn't even know this about myself until lately. All right, let's move on to blue. I'm using this. It's called gingham blue. I think I say that right. I'm not sure. In the Apple Barrel paints, oh gosh, I think it was pool blue. If you have Apple Barrel, you can totally use that color. And we're going to be using a 7.5 mm. I've got all my tools in a coffee cup over here, so I have to kind of search for them just a little bit. All right. I know I'm going to forget this part where I keep putting those. I normally edit those in. All right. Now these I'm going to put between the green dots. I'm going to center it on this line and that line there. Let me show you. Just like that. Yeah, that's a pretty blue. This is a new color I've not used before. I'm not sure, but I think it might have come with that pack of DecoArt's 2025 colors or whatever they decided to call it. I couldn't find it when I was linking all the paints for you guys down in the description. I did list all these paints and I put some of my affiliate links down there. So if you click them, I may get commission from those. But when I was looking up, there was a couple of colors that I couldn't find on Amazon just yet. That usually means I probably got them in a set of some sort. Y'all, doesn't this rainbow just make you happy? Or am I still the only little kid left? I love the rainbow so much. I really do. When I was in school, I used to wear really wild colors, especially back like in 90, 91 or something. There was this brand. I was still living in California then, and there was this brand called Cross Colors. And you can ask my mom. I had these little overall shorts. They were bright yellow, and I would wear with some like black shirt or crazy colored shirt. And then I had like this neatest little like I don't know if you call it like a boho bag. It was black. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think it had like mandala designs all around it. Oh my gosh. Look, this has been a thing longer than I knew. Huh. My mom's sitting there right now thinking, holy cow, I think it did. Okay, what do you mean green is the best color? I see you. You play my videos in the background, Amy? That's so cool. Oh, you're listening to the movies, Deborah. I get you. Diana loves rainbows too. I like this. This is fun. It's kind of fun to talk to someone while I'm painting. I like it. Okay, we're moving on to purple. All right. This one's going to be a little bit trickier. I'm going to use an 8.5. Can I just say 8.5 or do I have to say MM every time? I feel redundant saying that. Would help if I had some purple paint too. Mom, I think that backpack was the beginning of it. Like, who knew? I hadn't thought of that backpack until just now. Loved that thing. All right, this is called Wild Orchid. I've used this in my videos before. I think it's a really pretty. When I was switching over to DecoArt from Apple Barrel paints, this was the one that I think I replaced the Petunia purple. Let me see, what was that? Or Velvet Crush. I don't remember. Anyway, that's okay. So with this dot, it's going to be over on the side. And I don't know if you guys have trouble with your dots running or not. So let me show you how I'm going to see if I can move this just a little bit. I have it taped down so that I wouldn't move it out of the camera spot. I'm going to move things just a little bit so that we can hopefully see better. Okay. So let me zoom. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to center this dot between these two blue ones. And I'm going to use this guideline right here as a middle point for this dot. Do you see, just like that? But when I dip this in my paint, I'm not going to dunk it very far. I'm barely just going to get this part wet with paint. Let me move this over so I can show you what I mean. I just barely tap it in there. You guys see that? There's not a ton of paint on there. I don't want to move the camera too much because when people do that, it usually makes me a little nauseous. See how it's jumping around? But I wanted y'all to kind of see that too. Now I've got to put it back. Okay. All right. So now that I've got just a little bit of paint on there, I'm going to center it. When I press down, I'm not just going to pull straight off, because did you see like gravity take it and drip there? Let me wipe that off before it dries. So let me fix this dot and then I'll show you. So I barely dip it in any paint. I put it on there. When I pull up, I'm pulling up and up that way. It pulls that dot to the top. So that way maybe it'll dry just enough before it hits the bottom. I'm a little off there too, but that's okay also. So I'm pushing down and pulling up. I don't know if that helps y'all or not. I've just noticed over time that when I pull away too fast, it splatters or spills or runs. And I do think there's something to be said for painting all the way down to the bottom of the rock. I don't always do it, but I think it's pretty. That way it doesn't matter which way you're looking at the art. It's beautiful. And then sometimes I like to leave the edges black. I don't know. I guess it's just whatever mood you're in, huh? Okay. Look at us go, you guys. This looks so pretty. Doesn't it look like a bunch of Skittles or something? I think it's cute. Oh. Hi, Christine. Picture of the mandalas from Plaid. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Christine. I sent her a picture of the mandalas from Plaid that she inspired me to do. You'll have to elaborate on that. Mrs. Tomalonis? I hope I said that right. It's great to record the lining. Oh, good, good, good. That's cool, Martha. Y'all, this is so fun. Yes, it was sour apple for the one I just used right now. In my old video, it was just a bright gloss green. Just any bright lime colored green. Oh, Claire, color shift paint would be good. Hey, Claire, it's been around since I first started, and she probably remembers I did a whole video of a rainbow rock in nothing but color shift. It was so pretty. Okay, let's move along. We need what's next? Oh, I forgot about pink. I don't normally put pink in the rainbow, but apparently 5 years ago I did. So we're gonna do it. Before I used it was cameo pink. I remember that was my favorite pink color. I thought it was gorgeous. So today I'm using something called cotton candy. Let's zoom out a little bit so y'all can see what I'm doing. Can you guys even read those paints? I thought I would leave them on the screen. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to read them or not. All right. Now what we're going to do with this pink is we're going to walk the dots around these purple. And that might be a little bit challenging, but I know you can do it. I know you can. Okay, we're going to use a 1.5 mm tool. If your tools are like mine, one end of every one of them is 1.5. Is that right? Yeah. So, see, my green tool also has a 1.5. I'll use that so you guys can see that clearly. All right. You guys, I keep getting ads. I think that's funny. Any tips for getting rid of bubbles? I do have a tip, and I'm glad you asked because I actually have a few bubbles in this one. There's one here. Do you see this bubble right here in this purple paint? Now look, I'm going to be very honest with you. Try this at your own risk, but I use an artist torch. It's the same torch that I use for my resin. I have a whole video on that. What I do is I just click the button and I go over it like so fast, because if you leave the torch on there too long, it absolutely can burn your paint. So I can only do this once because the bubbles are going to pop, but I want you to see how fast I do it. I'm not going to hit the rock yet, but I do it this fast. I click and I'm done. So now I'll zoom in so you can see what it does to the bubble, but it's going to be super fast like that. Did you see the bubbles? They're gone. Y'all, I've tried popping them with a little stylus, and I have tried, there's so many tips online. I think nothing worked for me. I'm telling you, I tried popping them with that tiny stylus, and it just doesn't work for me. So that's how I do it. Try that at your own risk. So, all right, let's walk these dots. I'm going to try to move this camera just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So if that makes you nauseous like it does me, look away, and then I'll tell you when I'm done. I'm just going to try to move it a little bit. I think that might be close enough. Okay, now if my camera will quit moving, we got it. All right, 1.5 mm. We're going to be using this pink cotton candy. And I'm just walking the dots. This is going to take us just a minute, so I'm going to get to it. I'm going to start straight down this way. 1 dot, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to dip again. I'm going to hit that same dot again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of hit the blue one there, didn't I? All right, now we're going to do them all. Holy moly, y'all. I won't count them all for you. Hopefully I'll just get there. I'm still a little bit shaky. I think it's the way I'm trying to hold this stylus. I actually like doing this. When you get it just right, you don't have to count, you don't have to think, you can just pay attention to where the dots are going. You guys, my daughter gets home from school and she watches this video. She's going to be so mad at me because I always tell her, I can't talk and paint at the same time. I think I can. I wish I could hear you guys talking. I mean, I get why they don't do that because it would be chaotic, especially for some of those big live streams, but it would break the quiet of it all. Y'all, I keep hitting those blue dots. Now, you guys should know I'm going to be doing these live streams if this works out, if this is something we like doing. I'll be doing more of these, but I'm probably not going to advertise them and tell everybody when I'm going to do them. It's going to be one of those, well, I say that, but I probably will. Anyway, just pay attention, like turn your notifications on if this is something that you want to be notified on, because I want to change the times up. I want to do them at different hours. That way people from all over the world can join. You know, I may get up, y'all know I wake up every morning at like 3 a.m. I may get up one morning and just turn the camera on, and that might help the other side of the world view my videos too. Oh, look, I'm already done. Oh my gosh, I was kind of nervous like that was going to take forever. All right, that's awesome. Okay, we're not quite done with the first round yet. Do you guys have first, second, and third rounds and all that in your art? I do. It's weird, I know. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put that color up there. All right, let me look at your comments. Oh, that's true, Martha. You can use a dry tool, but I just can't make it work right. I've tried toothpicks. I bought, let me show you what I bought to try to pop those bubbles. That was seriously something I tried. I bought all these little, they're called awls, and they're really pokey, almost like a needle. I got these acrylic toothpick things. I had my fine tip stylus from Happy Dotting Company. Seriously, I've tried it all, and sometimes they pop, but mostly it just seems like they move them around. It's just when all I have to do with my torches go, shh, I'm in and I'm sold. I'll never change. But if you try it on like white paint, yellow paint, orange paint, all those paints that are known to like crack when they dry or they're a little bit chalky, you just have to be super fast with it because it will totally burn those paints. Sometimes I just avoid that completely. So you have to know your paint. Now, I will say that. All right, what's next? Let's see. Now we get to do some tiny in between the dots. Now, because I didn't want to make y'all wait all day for paint to dry, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put some tiny dots in between all these. This paint is wet. So if you're following along, one, you could stop here and wait and let your art dry. Or you can ask yourself, what would JaDeL do? And she'd do it anyway. But you don't want to smear your dots when you're trying to go to the center. So I will show you how I do all that. First color we're going to use is yellow. And I'm reading my brainstorm over here. I wrote down all these little notes for what tool sizes I was going to be using. So I keep turning my head sideways to see that. I need my tiniest little, this is a 0.8 mm dotting stylus. So I'll use that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it just a little bit because these are going to be tiny dots. And then I don't want to accidentally bump my paint. I forgot to show y'all what paint I was using. So what I'm going to do is I hold my hand just like this. That way it literally cannot go any further. And then I do what I do. But because we're doing a live stream, all of this zooming in and out with the camera is the screen. I can't control it. Where the focus is what I'm talking about. Do you like it? Hey, there's Puffin stuff. You missed the first bit. You're here now. That's all that matters. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to hold my hand back so I can't mess up. And y'all, I'm so far away from this rock because of all these cameras in between me and it. I'm going to try really, really hard to actually hit the mark. So this is going to be difficult. And I'm just going to try to fit right in there. Oh my gosh, do y'all see how shaky I am? I don't think it has anything to do with nerves either. Or coffee. I think I'm just hyper focused on this tiny little spot. If you guys have one of those 0.5 mm stylus, the ones that Happy Dotting Company has, you might use that. It would be probably a lot easier. Oh, as I get closer over here where I'm actually sitting, it's a lot easier. Sometimes when I'm making these videos, it is so hard. Gosh, I wish that would not focus on my hand. I'm so sorry, you guys. That's unfortunate. But sometimes when I'm making these videos, seriously, there's so much stuff between me. Like right now where I'm sitting, there is a camera here, there's a camera here, there's an iPad over there, there's a microphone right here. It's crazy. Okay, next we'll do the orange ones. Let's see. Orange, orange, orange. No, we're not doing orange. I'm crazy. We're doing green. Don't mind me. I'm just learning the rainbow. and 1.5. So we can literally just turn this tool over. See, this side was the 0.8 and this is 1.5. Okay. Green, JaDeL, green. Okay. Now this green dot, I'm going to put right between the yellow. Not, yeah, just right in the middle of that blank space there. Try to get this right there. When I get done with this row, I'll try to catch up on the comments. Oh, Puff and Steph, I'm so glad you made it. What time is it there? I don't know if you're on the same time zone as me, or I think it's earlier there. I'm not sure. And Diana, you got to tell me if you ever got your guidelines. Do you guys hear all that not noise in the background? It's like bloop, bloop, bloop. That's my turtle. His name is DJ. My daughter named him when she was very little. Someone gave him to us. Wasn't very thankful. I know that sounds awful, but it's a long story. Okay. Let's see. My son calls him Frank, so I've elected to just call him DJ Frank. Let's see. Now we're going to move on to the blue, and I will pause. I know I'm going to need the 2.5. Let me get set up. I'm going to see if I have any comments to read. WWJD. Oh. Well, Amy, I've never heard of anyone using their fuzzy bristles, but I can't see why it wouldn't work. Is that what WWJD stands for? What would? No, I think that's what would you. Oh my goodness, y'all. Not exactly. LOL. That's great. Do you have a Facebook page? Yes, Martha. Go. If you, I'm trying to think. On this video you're watching right here, if you at the bottom, like I'm going to try to set like right down here where it says beginner rainbow mandala tutorial, right under it, it says more, more. Click that and you'll find all kinds of my contact information. And I was just monetized on Facebook, so I think the more the merrier. Y'all, in my first week of being monetized, I made $3. I know, right? It's like the greatest thing ever. Y'all think I'm being sarcastic, but I'm so excited about it. All right. We're going to do these blue dots, and the blue dots we are going to put just right over the big one. That spot right there. So, what would help? Blue paint. Blue tool, blue paint, blue dots. We got this. I hope you guys are having fun. I really am. I wish I could do better with that focus thing. I watched someone else doing a live video and I saw it and I looked all over the settings and I don't think you have a choice in the focus. Like I can zoom in and out with my fingers like this, but see how it focuses on my hand and then it focuses on the rock? I don't have any control over that and it drives me insane. Maybe not insane, that's exaggerating, but I don't like it. Y'all look at our little rainbow rock. We're doing this live. It's so cool. Almost there. All right. Isn't that pretty? Do you guys see that big red dot in the middle? Like, no way is it drying. Oh, you gotta love Arkansas. All right. Next is purple. And we need a 4. until, well, aha. All right, let me see. Oh, you got it. Good. Okay. I'm sorry. I was reading comments. Let me say guidelines are okay, but oh, I'm glad you're having fun. Okay. Let's see. All right, so the purple I'm obviously just going to try to center right in that black spot. All right, here we go. You guys, I don't care how long I've done this for. I am like so excited. You remember I messed up that red dot in the middle and I just knew right then and there. I thought, oh man, the whole thing's going to be messed up. There goes my live stream, but it's okay. I don't even notice that it's messed up now. Y'all, I'm getting so chill. When I first started this, I was like, no. Okay, look. If I would have pushed this down, it would have touched all the other dots. When I go in, I do it real slow because my spacing's not always beautiful. So look, I'm already stopping. But then when I get over here, it's like a bigger space. So I might press a little bit further to fill it in. No one really notices that these two dots are kind of different size. But they'll notice if they're overlapping or, well, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Woof. My spots are getting smaller than bigger than smaller than bigger. I did something great. Ah. This is, to me, is fun though. I like the challenge of it. I guess if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Okay, that's that. Now we need to, y'all, we are almost done with our first round of dots already. And it's only been like what, 45, 50 minutes? That's not bad. Coming back to red. Did I tell y'all that in the first one I used Apple Barrel's Real Red and I used a gloss? I'm saying that in case any of you guys have Apple Barrel paints. These colors were so pretty, but you see, I think I did pretty good at getting the same. I don't know. It looked pretty good to me. I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to colors, though. I'm not the greatest at picking colors. All right, this I'm going to stick right here on these guidelines. Hopefully it'll fit between your pink dots. Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's going to be hard to see the edge. Don't worry, I'm not going to go any lower than this right here. Oh, I touched that one. Don't tell anyone, y'all. Okay. Yesterday, I was prepping for this live video, trying to think of everything and anything I might need for it. I've been thinking about these live videos for quite a long time. And I made like these little tool badges and stuff. I was doing this. Oops, I just dotted my finger. I was doing this while I was doing construction on my mom's house. And I would come home and I was cutting out all of these tool badges at night after dinner. It was a crazy week I just had. I'm so glad it's over. Okay. All right. So now let me zoom out here just a little bit. See if y'all can see everything. Hopefully I'll get better over time at this camera thing too, where I'm not messing y'all up so much. All right, so this is going to be the first round of the rock here. You're going to want to let it dry completely. Like even I won't go back in and try to top dot these. But because of the humidity level here, This is probably gonna take mine upwards of, golly, 5 or 6 hours. So, I'm gonna do some of that magic, and I'm gonna pretend I'm trying not to move my tape. I'm gonna pretend that I waited that long, okay? Do you guys remember back in the day when they would have those, cooking videos on TV? Back before, you could record things, it was all live. And then they would put a cake in the oven, and then they would pull out a baked cake. I was a very, I was a little kid back then, and I always thought those double ovens were magic, and I didn't understand why I had to wait on cake. True story. Okay, so this I painted yesterday. Check it out. It's all dry. I already signed it. It's good to go. I just need to top dot it. So we'll start in the middle because I had a lot of trouble with this orange top dot. It wasn't very nice to me. Let me see. Oh, hand not hit. Oh. Okay. Oh, puff and stuff. I was wondering what you were talking about. Okay. Let me see. You're so far behind. Come on, Diana. I'm stalling. Oh, hi, Bonnie. Out of all the colors, what is my favorite? Oh my goodness. I've got 3. So I put them all together and call that my favorite color now. But my favorite colors are orange, yellow, and pink. They're the hardest ones to dot on black with too. I would just like to mention that. But if you put them all together, you get this really, really pretty coral color. Hold on, I have one over here. Oh, let me see. I bought it because I thought it was gorgeous. It's called Coral Buzz. Isn't that neat? It needs shaken, but isn't it pretty? So that's my idea of orange, yellow, and pink mixed together, and I love it. So when people ask me now, I'm just going to say Coral Buzz. No, I won't. I'll say what I just said. But all right, I'm probably talking too much. Let's see. All right, let me move my paper so I can see it. All right, I'm going to use an 11 tool. Y'all, there's a lot for me to remember to do. I got to put the paint out, these little buttons. I'm starting to think that editing a video isn't so bad after all. So, all right, I'm going to move my camera one more time. Holy moly, there's 33 people watching this, you guys. That's crazy. Thank you guys for being here. I really didn't expect that. Now, oh my gosh, you guys are just the greatest. Seriously, I'm going to cry. I'm such a fool, y'all. That's so sweet. Oh, hey, Fran. I see you. You just snuck in there. Oh my goodness. Hi, Melindy. I hope I said your name right. That looks really pretty. I hope it is Melindy. I like the way that sounds. Diana, you're such a perfectionist. You gotta quit being so hard on yourself. You are so good at this art. Okay. All right, now I've got to hone all of my inner concentration to center this orange top dot. Oh, goodness, y'all. Here we go. I just don't want to mess it up. It's looking good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look. Okay. I'm sorry. We got to take a moment. That's beautiful. You guys didn't know you were watching a goofy girl, did you? All right. I'm rinsing my dotting tools as I go. Hold on. I want to show you guys this. It's a little off subject, but check this out. The other day, I went to Goodwill and found some really neat things to paint. I'll be showing y'all in some videos coming up. And everything on my desk is in coffee cups, all my tools and all that, because y'all know I love coffee. Anyway, let me show you what I found at Goodwill. It was $1.99. Look, it's like this polka dotty coffee cup. It's really big. It's got my little paint tucked down in there. Isn't it cute? It's by Pampered Chef. And let me tell you, this thing has been used. It had so many scratch marks in it, but I didn't care. It had to come home with me. It will be loved forever. I mean, come on, a coffee cup that's wide, because what I was using, let me show you real quick. What I was using were these things. See how they're real wide like that? I got these at Dollar Tree. Anyway, so it was really wide and it had polka dots on it. And it was a coffee cup. It was for me, you guys. Somebody left that in Goodwill just for me. And I don't even go there that often. And it was like, it knew I was coming. It knew it. All right, now let me get back to my orange top dots. All right, we are going to put some tiny little orange top dots inside. I'm going to turn my paper. All right, we're going to use that one. All right, it's 1 mm. It's just a tiny little dot. And I'm going to imagine on this, let me zoom in just a little bit more. I'm going to imagine right here that I didn't cover up my guidelines. I'm going to put one dot in every little square, but look, I'm dotting on that red. Right in between. I'm not going to try to squeeze them in. I just want one around each spot. I'm not sure why I did it that way. I think maybe at the beginning when I first started dotting, I was nervous, but I thought it looked pretty cute. So I want to honor that first one there and give it some love and make a proper tutorial where everyone can watch it. My channel members can go back and watch the original one and they can giggle at my horrible editing. And I don't want to say it was a sad attempt at art. I'm really proud of it because I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it anyway. It seems to kind of be my thing, doesn't it? Oh, doesn't this look cute? I wonder how come I don't do this anymore. We should do this in more of our mandalas. Like I'm dotting a dot. I mean, we top dot, but do you guys ever do that? That's cute. I bet I do it more now. Now I moved my coffee cup and I lost my little paint puck thing inside it. I wish they made these bigger. If you guys ever see a big, they're called paint pucks. Kathleen sent me this one. I didn't even know it existed. I'm telling you, it was probably one of the best things anyone ever sent me. I used to use so many paper towels wiping my tools off. Now I don't. I just rinse my tool off on that thing and then just wipe it on a paper towel that I'll use for ever. Okay. Let's see. Go off. All right, now we're going to top dot these orange dots with yellow, and we need a 2.5 mm. All right. Well, there we go. Oh, I almost did it. That's what that little thing's for. Let me check y'all's comments real quick. Well, hi, Kathy. Oh, I'm so glad. Diana, I'm so glad you're having fun. I really am. Adorable mug. Jenny, isn't my mug cute? Really, Fran? You guys are making me feel a little bit better. Thank you so much. I know in time I'm going to get used to doing this. I know that, you know, the jitters and the nerves will go away. I just have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. And I've learned that from my dotting that I might be nervous to do things, but if I just do them, eventually, I don't know if you get desensitized, you get used to it, you get confidence with experience. Confidence is not something that you can fake. You know, you just have to do it. Thanks, Joyce. All right, you guys, let's keep going. 2.5, we're doing the yellow top dots on the orange. I think that's self-explanatory. Here we go. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to Like, oh, it's not wet anymore. You guys, I was still trying not to touch my dots. I forgot it's dry. Yours might not be dry. Don't put your hand on it. All right. Oh my gosh, this yellow is just the prettiest yellow. I just love it so much, and it's named so perfect, Sunny Day. It makes me happy like a sunny day. I know I'm on a rainy day, but I'm in here with a rainbow, so I'm in denial. Oops. I'm trying so hard to be consistent and not like just really, really press down too hard. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? I feel like I'm hogging it with my hand. I don't like how it's blurry. I'll watch some videos and see if there's anything I can do about that focus, because I don't like that. They have some streaming programs you can use. I'm just using YouTube right now. I thought I would just start with what they offer and then just grow from there if I feel the need to. But I have a feeling I'll stick with this for a while because, well, I'm just learning. This will be the first tutorial that I've made that's like in this landscape mode instead of the tiny, tiny little short video style, that portrait mode. I'm not a fan of the portrait mode because we got so much going on. We need room. All right, I'm going to use the same tool again to top dot those yellow dots with that sour apple green. I think I'm going to double check my Mandala brainstorm. Have any of y'all used one of these brainstorms? They're so helpful, y'all. I made those a long time ago because I wanted a sketchbook for my art, and they just didn't make anything that worked. And so I did, and I was using it, and someone said something about it, and so I put them on my Etsy shop for download, and I think a lot of y'all have them. Did you guys just hear me cough? I muted my microphone, and I want to see if it works, like if I mute it and I'm allowed to cough. Yes. All right, here we go. Okay, that yellow and green is super pretty together. Well, I thought the yellow and orange was super pretty together, and I thought the orange and red was I think I just like bright colors. I don't My house isn't really decorated in bright colors. My kitchen was, and then everybody started talking about how bad plastic was. Of course, all my colorful things were plastic, so now my kitchen looks pretty medicinal with glass and stainless steel. I don't know. The more you know. Maybe the more you wish you didn't. Okay. That's so cute. I love this little rock so far. I really, really do. Let's see. Thanks, Mom. Y'all, my mom's out there going, "You got this." Okay, I'm 48 and I don't care. It's still cool. Thanks, Mom. All right on, Fran. You just made me want to take a drink of coffee. Hey, you guys, I really am taking a drink of coffee, and I want to show you guys something. It's been sitting here for a hot minute, so don't judge me too much. Look, I'm using one of my coffee cups. It's yellow. That means it's Wednesday. I used the red one on Monday. I used the orange one on Tuesday. Yellow is Wednesday. Green Thursday. Blue Friday. Purple Saturday. And then I don't have one for Sunday, so I just kind of grab one from behind. It's a true story. I even, when my daughter goes to school every day, I send her the same color water bottle. It's the weird things we do in life, y'all, that make us who we are. Okay. All right, what are we going to do with this blue? We need a 5mm tool. I'll find mine. Are you guys bored? Is there something I could do to make this more interesting? I probably could speed up a little bit. Tell me what you think would make it better. Oh, hey, Dana. I know your name. How are you? Fran, I love these colors too. Oh, good. You didn't hear the cough. Thank you so much for answering me. I've got a little mute button on my microphone, and I was scared, like, well, if I push it, will my phone? I didn't know. But I don't want to cough in your ear. I think that would be bad. Okay. We're going to top dot the green with the blue. Do you guys start? Are you seeing what I'm doing here? All right. This is a 5. Huh. Isn't that weird? The green and the blue couldn't be more different, but when you put them together, you can almost not tell them. Well, you can, but you know what I mean. In the comments, would you guys type the number of years or months or weeks or days that you've been dotting? I'm curious to know how long you guys have been doing this. For me, it would be, I'm a little over 5 years now, 5.5 maybe. Mom, you should have to enter a big fat 0 until you get some dotting going on. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm moving on to purple, or wild orchid, as Deco Art likes to call it. And I think we are also using, I just put that tool up, but we're going to continue to use it. Let me find it again. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to top dot the blue with purple. What's that? Oh, you know why? It's because I have that tape under it, y'all. I know what it is. Oh, well, I'll fix it later. I like top dotting. I can't believe how quiet it is in my house. I turned off all the fans. I think my son is in his room being super quiet. Maybe he's studying. Maybe he's playing a game. I have no idea. But I don't hear him. The cats are all outside. Tiger's very mad about that. It's just very quiet, which is unusual. Ta-da! That looks weird now. Okay, let's see. 9 months. Kathy is trying to relieve stress. Oh, Kathy, this is like a really good art for that. Seriously. Because if nothing else, when you're doing it, like maybe just for just a minute, all the, you know how you just kind of circulate things in your brain like you're worried about, or just stuff that's on your mind and stressed about, at least while you're dotting. It's like you just get a break. And I love that so much. I have ADD and it kind of makes my brain hush for just a minute. And sometimes, that's so welcome. Almost 3 years, Jenny. Jenny, I didn't know you'd been painting that long. That explains so much. I thought your art was so good. And I was thinking you might be a beginner. And then I thought, holy moly. 4 years. Wow, Dana. Oh, Fran, I want to see your watercolor painting. I would love to see that. You can post it in the community page. I don't mind it, even if it doesn't have anything to do with Mandala. I would love to see that. And I've been watercoloring, kind of, not like you, but I would love to see that. Hey, Lori, 4.5 years. You've been dotting just about the same as me then. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at all the experience between us. We should be able to like solve all the problems of the world. Seriously. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to use a 7mm. Now, I keep forgetting to put my tools back where they go. Okay. All right. And I'm going to top dot these purple. I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier. I'm going to barely put any paint on here because I don't want it running down. And then when I press, when I release, I'm going to release up, you know, so that we're not going to give gravity its way. And then we'll just babysit them just a little bit, make sure they don't go running on us. We'll be that annoying hall monitor. No running. Okay, that was lame. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I think my paint, it's like they're starting to get wobbly, and I want to show y'all why. That's something I can show you. I'm going to go ahead and wash my dotting tool off. This happens to me often, and I want to show you why, because it might be happening to you too and you don't notice it. See my paint palette? Because we've been sitting here for almost an hour. It's starting to dry just a little bit. So, and what happens is that it's just minuscule, like a little tiny bit of a film where it's just trying to start drying. And what happens is it sticks to your dotting tool, and then it makes your dots all bloopy. So I'm going to take just a second and stir all of these back up just a little bit. It's not so bad that you need to scrap your paint or anything like that. But if you ignore it, it's going to make for some yucky dots. Trust me, I know how to make a yucky dot. But do you see it? I don't know if you can see it. But it's just annoying. And I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm wasting y'all's time doing stuff like this. But if I don't, I'll just have to stop every time and paint. These are the things that would probably be edited out in a regular tutorial, but maybe, just maybe, might be helpful. I don't know. I think I would have had a whole lot less junky dots had someone ever said, hey, every once in a while. Because they look, you see, it looks fine. It doesn't look dry at all, but it's just not. Oh, good, Melindy. Did I say your name right earlier, Melindy? I wasn't sure if I said that right. Melindy. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. We got it. All right. Now, where was I? On pink. Let's see if that doesn't make our dots just a little bit better. Oh, how do you say it? Let me see. No, but it's okay. You'll have to find a way to sound it out in the chat for me. Like Mel in, you know, or Melindy? Melindy? I don't know. I want to know, though. I don't want to say it wrong. All right. Oh, you guys want to watch? Okay, here we go. Oh, Melundi. Actually, I kind of like that better. Melundi. Melindy. Oh, Melindy. Does that sound right? Was that supposed to be? Yeah. Okay. Go. Yeah, now I'm getting some pretty dots again. Much better. I think this tool might have been too big. Ooh, got a bubble. I think I'm putting too much paint on my... Melindy. I'm going to remember that. Okay. Yay. I'm kind of glad that one's over. I wasn't doing too great on those. Okay. Let's see what's next. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is another stopping point here to let your art dry. And so, yeah, I did, you guys. I'm ready. I feel so cool. I'm trying to pick up my stone without touching any of those dots. All right. All right, now I'm magic. Look at it. She's dry. It's totally dry. That feels so weird. All right. Let's get on. This is our last round, so we are actually going to get through this pretty well. I was really hoping this wouldn't just, be like really, really long. So we're going to start off with a red top dot right back in the middle. And this is like over 5 years ago that I did this little rock. And do you guys know, I still remember, that's crazy. I still remember when I got to this point, I thought, oh, I want the colors that I had before back. I want and I remember doing another, and I remember thinking, oh, is it okay to do more than like just one top dot? And I totally remember that. That's so cool. I wonder if redoing these videos, I'll have like a lot of memories like that. That is so cool. But yeah, I totally remember thinking, nah, I kind of think I want my colors back. All right, so I'm going to top dot this red again, and I'm going to use a 9 tool with some more of that primary red. I already stirred it up. I got a little bubble in my paint from stirring it. I don't know if y'all can see that. I always take, like, I put my hand here to kind of protect the rock in case I splatter. And then I put a finger here and my thumb under here. And do you see that? And it makes the bubbles go away. I don't know. Maybe those bubbles drive you crazy, don't they? All right, let me see if I can find my dotting tool. Okay. All right. So now let's see if I get as lucky as I did with that orange one. Let's see if I can center it. All right. So I put my hand down here so that my hand has something to rest on so that it's good and stable. And I'm going so slow because I can watch that paint spread out. And if it's just a little bit off or one direction or another, I can kind of save it. You can go, oh no, not that way. Oh no, not that way. You know what I mean? So if you go really, really slow and just watch that paint spread out from the bottom, you have a little bit more control over it. It's not going to, it doesn't make my dots perfect every time, but I sure have a better shot at it doing it that way. All right, so, all right, where am I going from here? Okay, so we're basically just putting the colors back. So we'll just go in rainbow order. What color, what size? 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and use, hold on, let me see if I can find this. There it is. I'm going to use the 1.5 here, and I know you might ask, like, well, why don't you use this kind of 1.5? Like, what's the difference between the rod and the stylus? They make two totally different dots, if you ask me. But these from the dotting rod make just much better circles. Like, they're so defined. And that's what I want. If I was doing like a long row of them, I might use I don't know. I think these are just more consistent. But I almost did it, y'all. All right, so let's dot these yellow dots back orange. And that turtle is making a racket over there. He's got a long ramp out of his aquarium where he can go up to dry land and sunbathe. And he's climbing, and he's not very good at it sometimes. I don't think I ever heard anyone on a live video apologize for the noise that their turtle was making. Just another bonus. Y'all, this looks really neat. When I'm doing this and I'm kind of redoing something I did so long ago in the very beginning. Seriously, this would have been the 4th mandala I'd ever done or something. I mean, it was something like that. And I remember doing them, and I don't know. I did a good job for just teaching myself and just getting started. And I think I look at this rock and I think, wow, that's pretty good. I hope that you can look at every art piece you make and think, hey, that's pretty good. And I mean, I can totally see if I really, really analyze this, I can see. I wasn't walking the dots. I think I might have just been dotting. I was probably trying to walk the dots. I can count them and I can see that, like, it's all over the place. But I mean, you'd really have to take it apart to do that. This was so good. And now look what it's turned into. I love it. Look in there. There it goes. Okay. I think I'm still supposed to use the same, yep, 1.5 for the green. I do like this green and yellow. That's unusual for me to say, but that looks really pretty. When I'm done with this row, I'll look over at your comments and see if you have any questions. Oops. You guys will have to tell me if you want me to keep doing these or if you'd rather I just make tutorials and edit them. There's just so many times that I just want to paint. And I don't, it's like I don't want to take the time to make the tutorial and all that. But then I also feel like I'm just, I don't want to say wasting time, but every time I paint without the camera on, there's 1,000, how'd you do, and I think it would be a double bonus if I made a video out of it. I thought, how fun would it be if I just grabbed my camera and was like, okay, you guys, I feel like painting right now. Let's do it. And so that's what I'm trying out. You guys will have to let me know if you like this, because this would actually help me a whole lot, because I'm always going to do my Sunday tutorials like I do. I don't ever see change in that. I love my Sunday mornings. I absolutely love those tutorials. I'm so proud. But I thought this might be a good way to get a little more content on my channel, maybe boost it a little bit too. And I get to hang out with you guys, which reminds me I wanted to look at your comments. Oh my goodness, there's quite a few. Hold on, let me look. Okay, I remember where we were at with Melindy. All right, yes. Small cream containers, screw them closed every time. Diana, you use small cream containers like for your paint? Because I just started doing that with my kindness rocks. Y'all won't see it, but look, I just bought these and I'm starting to fill them up, and they're just like little chappy stick things. And I'm using them to mix like those Arteza paints and things like that. I find that if they're already ready for me to go, I will use them. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you, France. I wish it would show me your regular screen names, but all I see is that, like for Diana, it says at Diana Ramos. And I know normally it would just say Diana, but it looks so good so far. Thank you, Jenny. Oh, bye, Amy. I'm so glad you were here. That's so cool. Yeah, send me some pictures, friend. I want to see them. If you need, message me. I'll help you get them off Google. So pretty. Thank you, Diana. Can't wait to do this stone. Oh, Kathy, you're babysitting? How old are the kids you're babysitting? Would they know if I said hi? GMA. Oh, aloha. Look at there, all the way to Hawaii. That is so cool. Hello. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got totally off course. Let me get back to it. Where are we at? We are on green, and I need 3.5. Let's see if we can find it. No. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me get back on track here. we can, after, when I'm completely finished with this, when at the very end, I'll answer any questions that you guys might have that are related to this video or otherwise. Look, I'm just, okay. I was making sure I was doing the right thing here. I'm using the 3.5 and top dotting this blue back to green. I'm actually, when I'm dotting, I'm actually on these, I'm resting the dotting tool on the stone. I'm going all the way. If you have the room to do that, I think it makes it more consistent. If you're dipping it the same every time too. There's so many variables to getting your dots right. I think that's what I enjoy about it, is there's a lot to figure out. All right, now we'll move on to the blue. I think we're going to use the same tool. Nope, there we go. All right, let's keep going, you guys. We're almost done. I can't believe it. Oh, I hope you guys are liking this. I'm really hoping that when it's, after this live stream is finished, YouTube does something with it. I think they process it in a way, and then they will put it back for replay, you know, where anybody can watch it. At that point, I get the opportunity to edit out, like the beginning where I was just sitting around kind of saying hi and waiting on everybody to get here or whatever. I can edit out that part where it just starts as a regular tutorial. And I'm hoping that what we've done here today will make a good tutorial that anyone could follow. I guess that, and then I think that the views from that will be the same as getting views on my regular tutorials. I could be wrong, but we will learn. All right, purple. Holy moly, y'all. I think this is the last. Oh. I don't want to drop the ball now. I've been doing so good keeping up with all this. At least I think I have. I'm not sure. Okay. All right, and we'll put the purple back. Oh, that's cute. You know, if you turned all these colors like a pastel, it would be really good for Easter. I think this is really good for spring, summer. Rainbows are good anytime. Oh, this is awesome. All right. Look at that. I'm so proud. That looks so good. Y'all, I love these little stones so much. All right, check it out. Now, you guys are going to want to let it dry right here. I would say let it dry overnight at least. You want it to be really good and dry before we remove those guidelines. All right. All right, so here is one that is the same. We are going to go ahead and remove the guidelines. I'm not going to be doing any more painting, just removing the guidelines. All I'm going to use to remove these is going to be just a damp cotton swab. All I do, I've had questions in my videos before about like, what am I putting on them? It's just water. And if I'm being honest, I use my paint water that's sitting right here beside me. So a lot of times people are like, well, what is that on there? You know, that's all I'm using. Now, this stone is dried overnight. So I'm just going to go over it and get all of these guidelines off. You see the black coming off, that's that base paint. So you want to be real careful around your lighter colors that you don't wipe that black off to them. It shouldn't be that that big of a challenge, honestly. It's not as bad as it looks. And then I'll rinse that a little bit, and then I just kind of dab it on my paper towel, and then I'll just keep going. If you wanted to, you could use a napkin, you could use cotton ball, you could use a cloth, like a dish towel, or I just do it this way because I don't know if you guys saw that one video where I smeared some black paint. It was a canvas I did where I was using apple barrel as the base paint, and it just was awful. So now I try really hard not to go over my dots, and just in case. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but every time I'll take off all the guidelines and then I'll resin it or put varnish on it, and then I look and I see where I missed one. I hate that so much. I'm like, man, almost done. This doesn't take very long. Maybe just a little bit more. Yep. Okay. It looks like we got them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add varnish to this rock because I know in my, now I've got extras because I made so many of these. I will end up, because I prepped for this video, I'll end up having 4 of these in total. So this will be number 1 out of 4, and I labeled them that way in case you're the person that ends up with one of these. You'll know what the numbers on the back mean. I'm going to just check in a few of the guidelines I can still see. When you remove them, if you hold it at different angles, it might make it where you can see, well, that was just a little hair, where you can see them. All right, but in my first video, I did varnish. On the other 3 stones, I will go ahead and resin them because I always prefer a resin finish. But for this video, I'm going to go ahead and use this high gloss varnish. It's from Liquitex. I like it because it's very shiny. You can do several coats. 1 is probably plenty if it's going to be indoors. If I'm being honest, 3 is really good. 3 coats of it. If you let it dry, I'll read the instructions for you on that because you have to let it dry a certain amount of time. None of us ever do. We rush it, but it does kind of matter. It says before varnishing, let this be super, super dry. Okay, it says apply 2 to 3 thin coats, allowing at least 3 hours between coats. I don't think I've ever done that. I think I just add 1 really good coat, let it dry, flip it over, and do the same. I'm going to take a, no, actually, I want something under it because if you get too much on here, it's going to run. So I tell you what I'll do. I don't want that to happen because I really like this rock. I think it's really cute. I'm just going to pour some in my paint tray and use my paintbrush here. You can use, some people use those sponge brushes to put that on. Some people actually will use a cloth. I've seen it done all sorts of ways. Me, I just use paintbrush because that's what I have. You can, I'm not going to baby it. I'm just going to go with it. You don't want to overwork it, but you want it good and coated too. But not so much it runs and not so much that, I don't know. You don't want to leave a bunch of brush marks in it and stuff. Get your coating on there and be done. All right, you guys, look at us go. We did our first tutorial. That is so good. I am so excited about this, y'all. Tell me what you think. Here we go. I think it's super pretty. Isn't that neat? Oh, you guys, that was so cool. I hope you enjoyed this. Does anyone have any questions that they want me to answer while I'm here? Anything about anything, really? I'm going to go ahead and pick up all of my mess here in case I need to show you something else. Do you have any tool questions, channel questions, membership questions? Throw them at me, whatever you got. All right, let's see. Barbara. She misses the cute sound effects with the guy laughing at me. That guy. I don't even know why I started that, but it was so funny when I did. I mean, I'm gonna have to keep him forever. We never did name that guy. Let me see, Diana. What with the red dots between the purple? Yep, no top dots because I'll tell you why. Let me find one that's kind of dry. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, this one, the paint's still wet. The reason why is because, excuse me, I went through and do you see the tiny, tiny dots in between, like the orange, then the tiny yellow, then the tiny green, and then the tiny blue, and then the tiny purple? These are the tiny red, and I didn't top dot any of them. That was the best explanation I could think of why I didn't do it. It was a long time ago, but I didn't do it in this video either. So, um, yeah, maybe I was scared to mess it up. All right. There we go. You have all the colors except for the pink, Kathy. Oh, that's cool. You could use any pink, like a baby pink or any kind of light pink color would be fine. That's neat that you have them all though. Um, Joyce, I'm so glad you're enjoying this. I'm so glad you got to be here. Hey, Elizabeth. She's new to the channel. Have to watch the replay and learn how to do one. You've got to do it. Elizabeth, if you do one, I want you to send us a picture and you can put it on the community page. You can message me, email me. You can tag me on Facebook. I would love to see it. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. Barbara. Thank you, Barba. Is that how you say your name? Is it? Oh, it's Barb and then Biza. Okay. I missed the space there. Thank you, Barb. Aw, thanks, Mom. You're biased. You don't count. She loves everything, y'all. Can everybody just spam in the comments if you're still here? I see there's 33 people in here still. So if you're still here, can you just spam the comments with JaDeL's mom rocks? That would just be so cool. Welcome her. This is the first time seeing her on here, and I'm so proud. I know she's just next door, but it's so nice. Now I don't have to go over there and tell her how everything went. She can tell me how everything went. Okay. Nicole, I'm so glad you love being here. Elizabeth, I don't sell kits to start, but I have a lot of good beginners videos, and I have links in those videos to some really inexpensive beginner tools. Just go to my channel and look up that, or send me a message, and I'll my email is listed there, and I'll send you everything you need to know, like links to videos that will help you. You've got to get in on this art; it's so great. Oh my gosh, the comments are running away from me. All right, here we go. It's beautiful. Okay, bye, Diana. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining channel memberships today. That is so cool. Martha, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Martha. Kathy, Nicole. Oh, Nicole, I'm so glad you like this. I'm really hoping, like, I'm hoping plenty of you guys like this and that we get to do this lots. Okay. All right. Yeah, for mom. I love that we're spamming my mom. Oh goodness, you guys are great. All right, you guys. Anything from this point on, I will probably go ahead and cut from the replay. But if you guys have any more questions or anything you need to say, go for it. I am gonna give this about 4 more minutes and call it done. Oh, friend, I'm sending you love right back. I'm so glad you're here. And I really do want to see those paintings. Oh, that's so cool, Laura. You're painting. I was painting. We were painting. Okay, when you're done painting what you're painting, I want to see it. That'd be so cool. Oh, thanks, Barb. Oh, I'm so glad. This is good. This is so good. Oh, Melundi, thank you so much for coming, and I really hope I always remember how to say your name. I'm so happy you were here. Sandy, Martha. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. All right, I'm going to call it quits. You guys, I hope to don't forget Sunday. I've got a full tutorial. You guys are going to love it. It is so pretty. I did not use black as a base paint. Well, spoiler alert, I hardly ever do that. So I want you to join me Sunday and come check out my full tutorial. I'm going to have a short video tomorrow. I'll have a short video the next day, and then I have a full tutorial on Sunday. Go over to my Facebook page and click be friends and all that. I can't think of much else to say other than rock on.